Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome everybody. This is Brent Dickin along with my cameraman tonight, Mr. Vasquez, as we are going to start the Division 1, Region 1, Division A girls volleyball contest this evening here between the Central Cass girls and the Lisbon Broncos. As we are up here in our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth with Stock Growers Bank. Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank, big time partner with Stock Growers Bank mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. So that is your matchup this evening here from your Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. We're high atop the bleachers on the south side of the gymnasium as the Lisbon Broncos come in with a 2-7 region record, Central Cass with 6-4 region record, and that's your contest this evening here on yourliveevent.com.
And reliability.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
All right, welcome back here to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. I'm here with the head coach of Lisbon Broncos, head coach Amy Lyons for Lisbon. Coach, just give us your quick thoughts tonight on the game against Central Cass.
We are at the end of the season and, still trying to figure out some things, but we're excited to play a very good, we actually played pretty well with them when we played them earlier. They beat us in 3, but we felt like we played some pretty good ball against them. We've changed our lineup a little bit, trying to get a little bit more speed going, and we're hoping that we can play competitively with a very good Squirrel team.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, your competitive play. You just played Kindred on Tuesday. In that opening set, you guys were very competitive. I think at one time you had maybe a 2-point lead, 12-10.
Yeah, we did. It was exciting. Yeah.
Right. Yep. So, you guys, like you said, you're playing competitive, right? Girls are out there competing, and they're not quitting out there.
They don't.
Yeah, so maybe just kind of continue on that theme, maybe some of the leaders on your team. You talked about changing up your lineup. I did notice that you did add a few of the junior or some of the underclassmen onto your roster. Yes, so maybe just kind of tell some of the, some of the offensive, defensive changes that you talked about, maybe speeding up your offense a little bit.
So we were just talking about, I told the kids that I think we're a little harder on ourselves for our stats, and I just got back the huddle stats from our game against Kindred this afternoon, and and looked at it and told them, you know, hey, our passing is over that 2.0 now. Like that has been a goal of ours, is to get up to that 2.2, to have that consistency of just an average of a 2.2 pass all the time. You know, that's going to help us. And obviously we have to have a more powerful offense, but we've had some younger kids who are getting more mature, have had some, you know, got some time under their belt now, and we're hoping that sparks us, because it seemed like Jada Nims had come in, and she has a powerful hit. Not super consistent yet, but it's working on it, and it just seems to spark. So Emerson hits the ball better, and Poppy hits the ball better, and you know, all of our kiddos with more experience, they seem to elevate their game too, just with that little bit of a spark. Again, with our passing, if we can we've been struggling with a deep ball that we haven't been able to pick up, and we're hoping that we moved Aubrey up a little bit, and Bryn Wilsey, and so we're going to try to change up some coverage, I guess, with that, and we're going to see if that helps us out tonight.
Yeah, maybe just kind of closing thoughts here, maybe just another key to the game that you see as far as keeping the Broncos competitive, and maybe taking a set or two here from Central Cass.
We talked about this too, of, you know, we have not given up all year. Like these kids play hard all the time, but it's staying consistent and not allowing the runs. We've got to stop them at 2. We can't let them go 5 or 6, 7. You know, it's stopping those runs and then making sure that we are consistent on our serve receive. That ball control is huge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is head coach of Lisbon Broncos, Coach Amy Lyons. Coach, good luck tonight, and I look forward to watching the Broncos here finish out the season.
Sounds good. Thanks, Brandon.
All right, yep, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll step away, and then we'll try to get the head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, Dana Stansberry, over here just in a moment.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
All right, welcome back here to Lisbon High School Gymnasium Division 1, our Division A Region 1 High School Girls Volleyball this evening on your live event. We got Lisbon Broncos taking on Central Cass Squirrels, and I'm here with head coach of Central Cass, Coach Dana Stansberry. So, Coach Stansberry, just maybe talk about your week as far as preparing for the Broncos, and then the match that you had against Oak Grove, just to get some of the fans up to date on where Central Cass stands right now.
Yeah, so we are seated currently number 3 in the region, and we came off of a loss against Oak Grove, a big 5-setter that was pretty fun, pretty intense, some good volleyball. Just didn't come on top of that one. So tonight is really important, especially with standings. We've got Lisbon left and Kindred left after that in the region, and then a couple of non-region contests that we'll play. So tonight is important. We talked to the girls about it, and I think they're ready to go.
All right, and then just a little bit about the Lisbon Broncos. Broncos feeling a little bit confident after coming off the match with Kindred. They had a good competitive first set with the Kindred Vikings, and like they expect, I guess I'd expect them to come out, maybe start a little bit fast tonight and see if they can, stay with the Squirrels. As the Squirrels, you guys have kind of been a powerhouse in Division B and now Division A girls volleyball, and you guys are up in the rankings. I saw you receiving some votes in the rankings, or still receiving votes in the rankings, so maybe just kind of go into, kind of like the healthier team, and, how you guys see yourself finishing out the season here, coming up and heading into postseason play.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Broncos first. Coach Amy Lyons, she does a fantastic job. Lisbon's lucky to have her back in the program. They're playing really good volleyball right now. Not when we want them to be, of course, but for the program, definitely. We're seeing a little bit faster offense. Passes are up nice and crisp, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight from them. For us, we have got our rotation set now. We know what we're doing. We just need to capitalize on big plays, making sure that our passes are not too high so we can run our fast offense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the head coach of Central Cass Squirrels, Coach Dana Stansberry. Coach Stansberry, just any last thoughts before you head out there on the court?
No, we're excited. We're ready to go here. Should be a good competition tonight.
All right, I'll do this for you here. All right, go Squirrels.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Coach Dana Stansberry here for Central Cass. We're going to go and step away, take a word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal. It's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
All right, welcome back here to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Division A Region 1 High School Girls Volleyball. Lisbon Broncos currently sit at 2-7 in the region. They're 4-18 overall. Our head coach, Amy Lyons. And then the Central Cass Squirrels sitting at 6-4 in Region 1 play. They're 20-12 overall, coached by Dana Stansberry. You just heard the coach's comments. As we head more into our pregame show, I'd just like to mention our scoreboard this evening brought to you by Bank North. Our scoreboard sponsor for the entire high school volleyball season is Bank North. Bank North has been your trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. So Bank North is our scoreboard sponsor, along with our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, as the Lisbon Broncos opened up their season back on the 2nd of September. We're closing in here now on the end of October. They dropped that first match to the Oaks Tornadoes, 2-3. Their most recent was against the Kindred Vikings, as we discussed just briefly with Coach Amy Lyons. As the Broncos very competitive in that first set against the Vikings, and at one point had the lead, and then the Kindred Vikings went on to about a 5 or 6 point run and ended up pulling away for the win in that. And then just took the last 2 sets after that. But the Broncos did drop that 3-0 to the Kindred Vikings back on the 21st of October. They hope to rebound tonight and compete for a set or two victory here against the Central Cass Squirrels, and then maybe gain some momentum here heading into the postseason. And then we have Central Cass. They opened up their season on the 6th of September at their Volley in the Valley tournament. The Squirrels going 4-2. They've been very competitive in a lot of these tournaments. They also competed in the Carrington tournament, where they went 5-1. That was on the 11th of October. And then the Deslax Burlington tournament back on the 4th of October, they went 4-1-3. So very competitive when they do hit some of these tournaments, to include their own back on the 6th of September. And then on the 21st of October, talked about this briefly with Coach Dana Stansberry. The Oak Grove had a tough 5-set battle against the Grovers, and they ended up dropping that by a score of 2-3. So that's where both teams stand. You look at region play. Region play, a super region play or Region 1 play starts on the 10th goes through the 13th of November, and that's at the Valley City Activity Center, or Highliner Activity Center in Valley City, North Dakota. And then the region play-in games for state volleyball qualifiers are on the 15th of November, and then the state volleyball at Bismarck Event Center is the 20th to the 22nd of November. As we're right around 5 minutes away from our opening serve here, we're going to continue on with our pregame show as the Central Cass Squirrels did defeat the Broncos in their first meeting 3-0. That was back on the 23rd of September. As you did hear Coach Amy Lyons, she felt that the Broncos competed very well with Central Cass during that. Some competitive sets, just ended up dropping those three sets to the Squirrels, and look here to compete once again. And now we will turn to your Division A girls volleyball poll. This one just released. This is the 4th girls volleyball poll released on Tuesday, as number 1 South Prairie Max sitting at number 2. They're number 1 team in the state at 25-1. Number 2 is Carrington at 26-5. Thompson's number 3 at 20-5. Mayport CG is number 4. And then Valley City rounds out the top 5 in Division A girls volleyball with a 15-6 record. Other teams receiving votes, you have out of Region 1, Oak Grove and Central Cass, and then also Dickinson Trinity. That's your Division A girls volleyball poll. Division B girls volleyball, you have number 1 team in the state, Lytton HMB. They're moving up from number 2 as they just flip-flopped with Langdon Area Munich as the Cardinals, are number 2 in the state. Number 3 is Flasher. Number 4, Benson County. Number 5 is Surrey. Surrey last week, or during the last poll, were unranked or not ranked. Other teams receiving votes in your latest Division B girls volleyball poll. We have Richland, Edgeley, Como, Montpelier, New Rockford, Cheyenne, Medina, Pingree, Buchanan, Kenmare Bullbells, and Wymer, Lidgerwood. That is your latest Division A and Division B girls volleyball poll. Looking at your state champions the past couple years in Division B. In 2023, it was Northern Cass. They defeated Mayport CG by a score of 3-1. And your 2024 defending champions in Class B is Langdon Area Munich. They defeated South Prairie Max by a score of 3-1. As Langdon Area Munich stayed in Division B, South Prairie Max is up in Division A. Currently the number 1 team in the state, Langdon Area Munich, the number 2 team in Division B girls volleyball with that latest volleyball poll. And turn to some of our top 5 teams in action in Division A and also Region 1 this evening. We have number 1 South Prairie Max will take on Stanley. Number 2, Kindred is at number 2, Carrington. Devil's Lake is at number 4, Mayport CG. Number 5, Valley City is at Oak Grove. That should be an excellent contest between Valley City and Oak Grove. And then you have Wapton at Northern Cass. And Hillsborough Central Valley is at Grafton. And you can catch that Wapton Northern Cass in Hillsborough Central Valley at Grafton. You can catch both of those volleyball matches on yourliveevent.com. And then let's look at your Division B, your top 5 teams in action, and some of your area teams in Division B. This evening you have number 1 Lytton H&B is at Oaks. Hankinson is at Richland. Kenmare Bullbells is at Lewis and Clark. Wymer Lidgerwood is at South Border. Sargent County's at Ellendale or Edgeley, Como, Montpelier. Dunseith is at number 5, Surrey, and Larimore is at number 4, Benson County. And you can also tune into that Sargent County versus Edgeley, Como, Montpelier. That's covered also on yourliveevent.com. As we're right around a minute away from our opening lineups in national anthem for our starting lineups in national anthem, we're going to turn to the Division A Region 1 volleyball standings. Valley City High School currently sits as the number 5 team in the state. They're the number 1 team right now in the region with an 8-1 record. Number 2, Oak Grove. Number 3 is Central Cass. They're tied with Kindred. And then number 5 is Northern Cass. 6 is Lisbon, and 7 is Wapton. Wapton currently at 0-9. Lisbon at 2-7 in the region. And then out of Region 2, your top 4 teams, Carrington undefeated at 6-0. Mayport CG, number 2 at 4-1. Thompson High School at 5-3. Number 3 in Grafton High School, 3-3 in Region 2 play. And then in Region 3, your top 4 teams, South Prairie Max is 5-0. They're the number 1 team in the state. Deslex Burlington also undefeated in Region 3. They're 3-0. Number 2, Turtle Mountain Community High School is 1-1 in Region 3 play. And Stanley High School is 2-3. Those are your top 4 teams out of Region 3. And then in Region 4, your top 4 teams, Dickinson Trinity High School sitting at 9-1. They're receiving votes in the latest Division B girls volleyball or Division A girls volleyball poll. Shiloh Christian High School, number 2 team, and they're 8-2. Hazen High School is 5-4, and Watford City round out the top 4 teams out of Region 4. They're at 4-5. So that concludes our pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're going to come back with our starting lineups after the national anthem here played inside the high school gymnasium, and a word from our sponsors.
Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota. Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
All right, welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. We're going through the starting lineups for tonight's Division A Region 1 contest between the Central Cass Squirrels and Lisbon Broncos. Turn to the starting lineup of the visitors on our scoreboard. We have Central Cass starting at setter, senior number 1, Abby Copperbig. Outside hitter, senior number 2, Izzy Thompson. Libero, senior number 3, Kendra Broughton. Outside hitter, junior number 4, Whitney Mitchell. Right side hitter, junior number 5, Emily Broden. Middle hitter, sophomore number 10, Mackenzie Meyer. Middle hitter, senior number 12, Aspen Preem. And the Squirrels coached by Dana Stansberry, assisted by Madeline Vaudrin, Greta Gibson, Sage Forsyth, Haley Quittschreiber, and Kim Brinkman. And their Lisbon Broncos home team on the scoreboard. Starting out their starting lineup, they have setter freshman number 2, Mara Nelson. Right side hitter, 5'6", junior number 3, Bryn Wilsey. Middle hitter, 5'8", senior number 7, Emerson Schwab. Defensive specials, 5'1", senior number 8, Aubrey Opp. Middle hitter, 5'8", junior number 10, Cameron Hoff. Outside hitter, 5'10", freshman number 12, Jada Nims. And libero, 5'6", junior number 20, Brinley Differding. Then the Broncos coached by Amy Lyons, assisted by Elizabeth Lyons and Kara Tui. So those are your starting lineups as we're heading into the opening serve. And just see that my cameraman hasn't showed up here, so might be trying to do camera and keep track of stats. We'll zoom out a little bit for everybody. So the Broncos 2-7 in the region. They're 4-18 overall. The Central Cass Squirrels 6-4 in the region. They're 20-12 overall. That's your matchup on YourLiveEvent.com as the team is taking the court for the Broncos. Nelson, Wilsey, Schwab, Opp, Hoffnims, and Differding. That was announced for your starting lineups. For Central Cass, we got Copperbig, Thompson, Broughton, Mitchell, Broden, Meyer, and Preen announced for the starting lineup. So as the Broncos take the court, looks like they have the first serve, just like the amounts are. Officials for this evening, high net official Sydney Anderson and low net Shelby Olson. Line judges Sandy Hoff and Ben Zarbach, and that's served by Opp. And that serve is an ace for Opp. So it was an ace for Opp on the serve. Opp serves it up. Goes to the front line of the Squirrels. That's hit over the net by Thompson. And hits inside the line for the point for the Squirrels. So give her the kill for Thompson. And the serve over the net goes to Wilsey of the Broncos. Set at the net. That was Nims went up on the kill. As you heard Coach Lyons talking about trying to speed it up. Jaden Nims with some power goes back up, mistimes the jump. And a point now for Central Cass. As we are in the first set. And a big serve taken by Differding. That was served by Cobberbig. And set at the net, and blocked by the Broncos. Back to the set. This is going mid-court, dug out by Thompson. Front line of the Broncos, back to Hoff, and looks like it may have hit the line, and the corner judge over the signals it was in for the kill for Hoff. So we have a sub coming in. Looks like Wertman and Hoff changing. Differding to serve. Differding the libero for the Broncos. And looks like now Wertman in to serve. So Wertman in to serve. Sets it up. That goes to Broughton. Front line over to Wertman. We'll see. Hoff pushes it over. That was to Cobberbig. Back to the front line. Going up is Mitchell. Blocked by the Broncos. Front line, that was Nims. Nelson. Dug out by the Squirrels. Back to the front line. Putting it over is Broughton. Dug out by the Broncos. Schwab with the layup over the net. Goes to the front line. Dug out by Wilsey. Good play. Good dig by Wilsey. That was Mitchell who hit it over. Schwab goes up. That's off the fingertips. And the kill for Schwab. So Schwab with the kill. Wertman to serve again. Nice serve. Dug out by the Squirrels. Nice dig by Opp, and looks like we're in the net. Broncos. And the bottom line judge with the whistle. We're tied up at 3 in the first set between Central Cass and Lisbon. And here's the serve by the Squirrels. And that's Nims went up and blocked. Big block by Preen. Preen with the block. And the serve by Central Cass. This looks like Gunnufson with the serve. And a point for the Broncos. Tied up at 4. There's the serve. That's dug out by the Squirrels. Back to the front line and the kill, but no, it's long. Shot by Preen goes long. Here's Nelson to serve. The freshman for the Broncos. It's dug out. Back to the front line, going up in a big tack at the net for Thompson and the kill. For Thompson and the Squirrels on that. So Preen to serve for Central Cass. Shot over the net. Goes up, attack by Wertman, and that goes long. Wertman not able to get up over the top of the ball, and that shot was long. So Preen to serve again. Preen serves it, goes long, dug out. Looked like Opp for the Broncos, and attack by Wilsey. Good dig, good save by Gunnifson. And that goes out in the point to the Broncos. Looks like Wortman or Opp. So Differding in, Opp is out. Along with Nims. Differding comes in. The back line, Differding, Wortman, and Nelson. Dug out by the Squirrels, tapped over, little layup by Thompson. The Broncos able to shoot it over. Dug out back to the front line, pushing it over was Cobbervig. Front line of the Broncos. Wilsey with the attack. In the point for the kill for Wilsey. I'm going to give myself an A+ here for doing camera, keeping stats, and commentating. And that was dug out. So Gunnifson not able to get that ball up in the air and going forward. And that's an ace for Differding. So Differding with the ace. And the shot over the net. And a high set to the front line. They just have to hit the dig. And the ball goes out. And point by the Broncos. So now 9-6 your score. We have a timeout on the floor called by the Central Cass Squirrels. Coach David Stansbury wants to talk it over. This Broncos was with the 3-point lead, feeling confident in the first set. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
All right, welcome back here. There's a point going to the Central Cass Squirrels, now 9-7 after our timeout. As a serve by the Squirrels, dug out by Differding. Here set at the net, Schwab pushes it over, and a kill for Schwab. The diving Squirrels on the floor, not able to hit the dig, get that ball into the air, so Schwab with the kill. She has two. And here's a Dare to serve. Dare serves it over the net. Goes to Gunnifson, back to the front line. Pushed over, and a point for the Broncos. That goes long. So Dare with the serve. 11-7 Broncos here in the first set. As that shot goes over the net, dug out by the Squirrels, back to the front line, tapped over. And the shot, and almost a save by the Broncos with the one-handed dig. But that was Meyer with the kill. So Meyer with the kill. And here we go. Off the serve. All right. And a point for the Broncos. All right there, Mr. Wallace. Yep. And now we got a cameraman, so just. All right, and serve for the Squirrels. They look like Broughton. It's an ace for Broughton. So back to serve. Brought in the serve again. Second serve goes to Differding. Differding digs it out. Pushed over the net. That was Lind for the Broncos. Back to the front line. The shot, the attack, and that's long. So Mitchell. Oh, he said it was in. I thought it was long, but the back line judge over there, Ben Zarbach, says no. So Mitchell with the kill. Finding the inside of the line, finding the line. Brought to serve again. Dug out by Adair. Ooh, nice move there by Nelson to the front line. That's dug out by Adair. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Here's Lind and Hoff. Hoff has to push it over. At the net, the attack. Oh, and just the layup and into the net. Goes on the out of bounds side. And the Broncos with the point. Here's Aubrey Opp with the serve. That's dug out by Mitchell. Here back. A little backwards dig over the net for the Squirrels. There's Nims up with the shot. That's back to Mitchell. Pushes it over the net for the Squirrels. Back to the front line of the Broncos. They have to hustle out of position. And Hoff with the layup sends it long and out for the point for the Squirrels. Now the Broncos up by 1. They did have the 9-6 lead. Coach Stanberry called the timeout. And now they're down by 1 off the serve. That was Copperbig with the serve. Pushed over by Nims for the Broncos. Back to the front line. The attack and big shot by Preen with the kill. Preen went up with some power on the attack and the kill for Preen. He's back to Copperbig with the serve. Dug out by Adair right on the line. Front line. Nims goes up. That's tapped back by Preen. Here's Hoff. Nice job again by Preen. Working the front line. 12 and 12 going at it. Mountain to mountain. And that's won that time by Preen. That was Preen and Nims going at it. So the senior Aspen Preen middle blocker going up against the freshman in Nims. Preen coming out on top of that battle. And now 14-13. Another kill for the Squirrels. Now up by 2, 15-13. Coach Amy Lyons looking for some subs, as she's talked about, trying to stop these 5-6 point runs. Right now, Central Cass back in the lead. The Broncos are up 13-12. Now 15-13. Going on a 3-point run here for Central Cass. And that's long, and that'll end that 3-point run. Now, Broncos down by 1, 15-14. Schwab in along with Wertman. So Hoff out along with Differding. Back line is Wertman, Opp, and Wilsey. Front line for the Broncos looks like Schwab, Nims, and Nelson. Wertman with the big jump serve. Goes to Broughton, back to the front line. Mid-court, shot, and in. And finding the mark was Thompson. So Isabel Thompson, the senior outside hitter, with the kill for Central Cass. Squirrels back with the 2-point lead, 16-14 over the Broncos. And the serve by Ginnison in the ace off the serve. Now 17-14. And the timeout here, Coach Amy Lyons looking to slow things down and help her squad kind of regroup as we're back to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We're going to take a timeout in 30 seconds.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. through the years that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cast Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. That's Central Cast.
All right, back here after the timeout called by the Broncos. 3-point lead for the Squirrels, 17-14. And that's a misplay at the net. Little offensive miscue by Preen. So we won't see that too often, but just went up. Maybe thought somebody else was going to attack that ball. And here's Nelson with the serve for the Broncos. That's dug out by Broughton front line, and this time Preen goes up with the big attack and the kill for Preen. So she gets the point back now, 18-15, 3-point lead for Central Cass. As the Bronco student section does a good job showing up to these volleyball matches. Keeps the spirit alive inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Makes it a little more intense. And back, that's pushed over the net by the Squirrels. Back to Wortman of the Broncos. Wilsey goes up, and that's blocked. Nice block here on the front line by the Squirrels, and that's a misplay. Wilsey gets a dig on it, sends it over the net. Good play by Wilsey, and that's the attack. And straight down the line by Thompson for the kill. As Thompson went straight down the line, found the back corner, and the point now up. Or excuse me, they said it was out. Okay, I'm going to collect my wits here after that. As it's 18-16, the 2-point lead. So kind of have the sub calls going at 18-16 in favor of the Broncos. And that's going to be a serve here coming up for Brady Bossy. So Bossy with the serve here for the Broncos. Differding has to send the dig over the net. Bossy at the front net in the attack. That was Thompson. Dug out by the Broncos. Here's Lind goes up on the attack, partially blocked. And the point and the kill for Lind. Lind coming off the bench for Lisbon with the kill. And that's a dare in to serve Workman. And Schwab sit out. So dare in, goes to the front line. Bossy sets it at the net, and the attack by Thompson for Central Cass. Here's Lynn's going to go up. She pushes it over, hits the back line. Sent over the net. And on the attack, and right on the line. Hit on the kind of the backside of the line, it looked like from my position, but that's a kill nonetheless for Meyer. She has 2 in the set. This is the first set, now a 3-point lead. The biggest lead for Central Cass, now 20-17. And that's dug out by Differding. Good save by Wilsey. Differding sends it over. That's going to go to Meyer. Front line, the attack put up, layup partially blocked. And the point for the Broncos. That was Wilsey and Hoff. The front line right now for Lisbon is Lynn, Nelson, and Hoff. Back line, Wilsey to serve. Adair and Differding. Wilsey with the serve, big jump serve. That's dug out by Thompson. Front line, the attack going up and trying to hit that back line. She goes straight down the line. This time he calls it out there. Back line judge. So Thompson has that shot where she goes straight down the line. This time she just missed the mark. Wilsey to serve again now, 20-19. That's put over the net. Oh, tried to dug out, and they kill over here on the near side, the close side here by Mitchell. So Wilsey with the dive, tried to hit the one-handed dig, 2-point lead. There's the serve. Put over the net by Nelson of the Broncos. Back to Bossy. Front line, the attack. And sends it down the throw to the Broncos defense. And that was Olivia Severson, the senior hitter for Central Cass. And And now back to the 3-point lead for Central Cass. Differding is going to have to send this over. Hits the back line. Good shot by Differding. Sends Broughton to the back line. And the attack blocked by the Broncos. Broncos with the block. Looked on the near side. Looked like Nelson with the block. Nelson and Hoff over here teaming up. Here's Opp with the serve. Opp, Wilsey, and Adair the back line. For Lisbon, that's dug out. Bossy has to put it up. Oh, and we're trading blocks back and forth. That's the attack here, dug out by Wilsey. To Nooms with the shot. Good dig there by Mitchell. Put over the net, and that's off, and Nelson goes back to the Broncos bench. And now the 2-point lead as it was off the fingertips. So the kill from Mitchell. Here's the front line. Looks like Preen and Mitchell. Preen, Mitchell, and Coppervig, I think, for the front line. Nope. So it's Preen and Mitchell. Coppervig's back to serve. So Preen, Mitchell, and Broughton. Or Broden, excuse me. Broden in the front line. Let's hear Coppervig's going to hit the set at the net for the kill for Preen. She has 4 kills and a block. And they say she was in the net, so we're going to take that kill away. The Broncos with the point now, 23-21. Here's the big jump serve by Wertman. Good shot. Hits Broughton. That's sent in to play by Mitchell over the net by the Squirrels. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Schwab's going to go up, blocked by the front line of Central Cass. Another block off the fingertips. That was attacked by Nelson. Back to the front line of the Squirrels. This time the Broncos are waiting for that straight down the line by Opp. Good play by Opp. Way to defend that shot. And that's blocked. And the big point here off the net. And the Broncos with the point. That's Schwab with the kill. Give Schwab 3 kills. Great point there. Both teams are fighting it out here. Broncos down by 1, and that's pushed over the net. Back to the front line of the Squirrels. Oh, and a nice attack there from midcourt by Thompson for the kill. She has 5 kills. The Broncos are down by 2. Set point coming up here on the serve. Possible set point for Gunnifson. So Kier Gunnifson, the senior defensive specialist with the serve. That's dug out by Opp. Put to the front line. Schwab's got to put it over. It's the double knuckles over the net. That's the attack, and that's long. No fingertips. And that was put long by Thompson. So Izzy Thompson for Central Cass, the senior outside hitter, sent that one long. Point for the Broncos. Nelson to serve. Nelson with the jump serve, sends it over here to Broughton. Front line, the attack, and that's blocked by the Broncos. That was Schwab and Mims. Big block as we're tied up now, 24 apiece, and a timeout on the floor here inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium as we'll step away for a 30-second timeout.
Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal. It's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come.
All right, we're rocking and rolling here inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium here for Division A Region 1 Girls Volleyball. We're tied up at 24 apiece. Nelson to serve for the Broncos. Been a back and forth battle. Highest lead by either team was 3 points, and the kill coming here for Central Cass. That's Preen with the kill, coming up clutch. Now up 25-24. Possible set point coming up here for Central Cass. You have to win by 2. And the serve, that's a jump serve by Preen. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Wilsey's going to push it over. Two-handed. Nice diving save on the dig, and the attack, and that goes down the Broncos side. Squirrels win the first set, 26-24. So Central Cass in a big battle with the Broncos that first set. They're going to win that 26-24. We're going to step away for a 30-second timeout. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Hey, welcome back here for your Olson Accounting set recap as Central Cass takes that first set by a score of 26-24 over the Lisbon Broncos. It's a back-and-forth battle as the Broncos at one time held the lead 9-6 over Central Cass. Central Cass coach Dana Stansberry calls the timeout, rights the ship as the Broncos would then fall behind. No more than 3 points. They were just competitive the whole way. They ended up tying it up at 24 apiece. So they was tied up at 24. Central Cass comes back after a timeout called by Coach Amy Lyons of the Lisbon Broncos, and they put the last 2 points up on the board for that set win, 26-24 over the Lisbon Broncos. They currently have the 1-0 match lead now against Lisbon. So that's where we stand going into our second set here with the Olson Accounting set recap. As you heard in opening coach's comments, Coach Amy Lyons commented about Broncos just trying to stop those long runs, those 5-6 point runs, and things kind of getting out of hand on the Broncos. They did a good job that, limiting it. I believe the longest run there was a 3-point run by Central Cass. The Broncos able to come back and, like I said, tied it up 26-24 at one, or 24 at 24 apiece. At one time, they did have a 3-point lead, 9-6. Now, a 3-point lead was the biggest lead by either team during that set. And looking at your stats for the Lisbon Broncos, we have Nelson with the block, Wilsey with a kill on the block, Schwab with 3 kills and a block, Opp with an ace, Hoff with a kill on the block, Nims with a block, Differding with an ace, and Lind with the kill. That's just unofficial stats for the Lisbon Broncos. Unofficial stats for Central Cass, we have Izzy Thompson with 5 kills, Broughton with an ace, Mitchell with 3 kills, Meyer with 2 kills, Preen with 5 kills and a block, and Gunnifson with an ace. And those are just unofficial stats. As this is your Olson Accounting set recap. And need help with your monthly accounting and payroll? Let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for your tax and accounting needs. Go to olsoncpa.com. That is your Olson Accounting set recap. We're kind of up in space there. We got to get back down to planet Earth. All right. Okay, that should be good. So a big first set win. Yeah, Central Cass. Squirrels still pumped up about it. Lisbon student section up on their feet, looking to rally the home squad here to Lisbon Broncos. That serve there by Coppervig. Put the front line. That's Nims going up. That was blocked. And the Broncos at the point. Nims with the kill. You got to look at the freshman for the Broncos, showing some power. The 5'10" freshman outside hitter, Jada Nims for Lisbon. Here's Nelson with the serve. Also a freshman. She's going to put that one into the net. And we're now tied up at 1 apiece. Just an error on the serve by Nelson, the freshman. As we're tied up at 1. That's put over here by Wilsey. And the attack there, almost midcourt. Good shot by the Squirrels. Back to the front line of the Broncos. There's Schwab. That was dug out by Broughton. Back to the front line. The attack and blocked by the Broncos. That was Wilsey and Nims at the front line for Lisbon. Here, set at the net. Nice little one-handed push over the net. Kind of caught the Broncos flat-footed. I have to find that was Ellenson. So Melina Ellenson, the junior opposite hitter. There's the attack at the net, partially blocked by the Broncos. We got a long point going on here. That's Wilsey going up, blocked here on the near side by Centric Cass with Preen and Thompson with the block. So Preen and Thompson both unofficially with 5 kills. Now Preen with 2 blocks. And that serve over the net, dug out by Differding, goes over, front line, and Schwab's going to go up. Tips it over the net. Coppervig sets it. That's pushed over by Broughton back to the Broncos side. Here's Schwab going up. Double-handed push. Broughton with the set at the net and pushed it out. So Preen with the one-hander pushed her over to the Broncos' right side of their defense, but ends up going out. And we're tied up at 2 apiece. Look on here. And there's Differding. Differding digs it out. And Wilsey's going to go up on the attack. Dug out by the Squirrels here near side. And that's going to send it long. Just out of position. Set a little bit too deep here on the left side to Broughton. And she's going to send that one out. The Broncos with the 1-point lead. Here's Wertman to serve. So Wertman serves it up. Nice serve. That was dug out by Broden. So Broden, at that time it was Kaylee Broden. Dug out again by Broden here. Excuse me. That was by Ellenson. Oh, nice dive by Nelson. Saves it for the Broncos. Schwab's going to go up, taps it over. Back to the net, Broncos. Differding hits it back to Lynn. Pushes it over the net for Lisbon. Back to the front line. Pushed over. Fingertips off of Wilsey. Front line Broncos. Lynn's going to push it up. And the Broncos still playing. This goes up into the bleacher. So good hustle by Differding. Lynn couldn't do much with that. The ball off the block over there on the right side defense by Ellenson. Lynn couldn't do much with that. Did get a hand on it. Here's the serve by Preen. Oh, and there's Differding and Wertman kind of looking at each other. Splits them. Hit the hand of Wertman. Now 4-3. 1-point lead for Central Cass. Preen to serve again. Preen with the jump serve. Starts at the back wall, and that's long for the Broncos. Their point now 4-4. We're tied up at 4 apiece. Here's Adair to serve. Adair serves it up. That's dug out by the Squirrels back to the front line. On the attack, a block by the Broncos. So nice attack there by Thompson. The Broncos are there to block it with Wilsey. And that goes through the blockers on the front line. That was Hoff, and Lynn goes through them on the attack. And the point goes to the Squirrels now, up 5-4. Here's Bossian to serve. So number of players seeing action here on both teams. Central Cass really mixing it up. There's Bossy to serve here to Wertman. Wilsey goes up on the kill off the blocker in the front line. So off the block went off of Severson. And Thompson, the kill for Wilsey. That's her first one of this set. She has 2 kills and a block. Here's Wilsey to serve. Jump serve, goes dug out. Ooh, nice save here. Off by Severson. They're going to send it over, and that's hit long. So good attempt by the Central Cass to keep that ball alive. And that looked like Kaylee Broden ended up sending that one long. Here's Wilsey with the serve. Bossy's going to hit the dig and put into the net. Miss hit, misplayed by Severson. And the point to the Broncos now up 7-5 with a 2-point lead. Biggest lead for Lisbon now, 7-5. The Broncos up 7-5 in the second set. Front line, that's going to be off of Differding. Wertman's going to hustle back. It's the dive. Tried to hit the one-handed dig, and she goes sliding across the floor on that left side, far back left corner. And the kill for Severson. And the Broncos up by 1. Now to serve is Thompson for Central Cache. He hits the jump serve off to Wertman. Differding with the dig, sends it over the net. Back to the front line, Bossy with the attack. Nice little layup shot by Mitchell. Broncos and Lynn with the attack. Goes off the front line, off the block. Bossy's going to set the backwards pass over there to Meyer. Broncos send it back over. That's dug out by Thompson. Back to the front line. Pushed over the far corner. Wertman got a hand on it, but good play by by Severson with the kill. Yeah, she just put the ball out of the reach of the Broncos. Here's Nelson, front line. She's going to push it over the net. Back to the front line of the Squirrels, going up. The one-handed layup, Mitchell. Differding is going to get it in the air. Wilsey pushes it over. Back line over to Thompson on the attack, and that's dug out by Wertman. Lynn pushes it over, and a diving Squirrel across the floor was Thompson. She couldn't get the ball back into play and give the kill to Lind. So Nims, Nelson, and Hoff, the front line, opt to serve for Lisbon. Sends it to Thompson of Central Cass. The attack off of Differding. So a big attack by Mitchell. Differding able to get the ball up. Partial block, and that's off the hands of the Squirrels here with Severson and Mitchell. So give the kill to Differding. And Bossy with the set, hits the backward set. The attack by the Squirrels. Broncos able to return it, and the kill by Nims. Nims with 2 kills, coming alive on the front line for the Broncos now in this set. The freshman for Lisbon. Speed and power on the youth side. Here's Opp with the serve. That's dug out by Broughton. The attack, Differding with the nice dig. As Coach at Lions said, just getting some of these younger players here for Lisbon. And that's sent long there by the Squirrels. The Broncos now up 11-7, a 4-point lead. The Broncos have the 4-point lead here in the second set. Their biggest lead of the match for the Broncos, up by 4. Coach Amy Lyons was just talking about how that just helps elevate the play of everybody on the team. That's into the net, miss hit by the Squirrels, Mitchell. And we have a timeout here by Coach Dana Stansberry as the Broncos with the 5-point lead now up 12-5. 12-7 with the 5-point lead. As Coach Dana Stansberry calls a timeout, we'll step away here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
All right, welcome back here to our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. We're on the south side of the gymnasium on top of the bleachers as the Broncos open up the 5-point lead. Now 12-7, their biggest lead of the set in this match against Central Cass. Central Cass took the first set over the Broncos, 26-24. As Coach Dana Stansberry for Central Cass calls the timeout. And the Broncos with the serve. There's Opp with the serve, sends it over the net. That's dug out by Broughton. And the attack, and that's going to go off. Oh, Opp. Here's Wilsey with backing her up, her teammate. Great play by Opp and Wilsey. That's put over the net by Nims for the Broncos. Dug out. Here's Wilsey. Back to Nims. Nim with the shot. That's going to go off the hands of the front line. And the point for the Broncos now up by 6, 13-7. The 6-point lead for Lisbon. As they've been on a run here That's put back in play right on the line there for Mitchell. Front line, they're going to send it out to the back. Oh, good play by Opp. As that looked like that was going to hit the back line there. Meyer with the good shot. Broncos sent scrambling, but they put it back in play. The little layup over the net. And the Broncos underneath or into the net or across the line. Point to Central Cass as they break the run by the Broncos. Finally at 13-8. And that sends it long for Central Cass. So service there. The Broncos back up by 6 now, 14-8. So Lisbon with the 6-point lead, Differding to serve. Dug out by Broughton of Central Cass front line. The attack, Preen hits the line and in on the kill for Preen as Central Cass needed that point. Tried to stop the momentum of the Broncos here. Now 14-9, 5-point lead for Lisbon. Central Cass leads this match 1-0 over the Broncos. 26-24 was the first set victory for Central Cass, and that's the ace for Central Cass and Cobbervig. That's her first ace unofficially. She's back to serve again. Now Broncos with the 4-point lead, 14-10. We're in the second set. Cobbervig with the serve. Backline Wilsey for the Broncos, and that's tipped over. Good heads-up play on the front line by Mitchell and Preen. So the point for Central Cass, now down by 3, 14-11. Cobbervig serves it. Nice serve to Wilsey, and Wilsey with the dig and the ace. So 2 aces now for Cobbervig coming up big. Central Cass kind of needs the shot in the arm, and right now Cobbervig's giving it to them off, and also that big kill by Preen gets Central Cass back into the set now, down by 2, 14-2 front line. Preen with the attack, and that's going to land off the block where the Broncos lands in for Preen again. Preen with 8 kills and 2 blocks. She has 3 kills and a block in this set. 5 kills and a block in the first set. Dug out by the Broncos. Cobbervig with the serve for Central Cass. Schwab's going to go up. That's blocked and put back to Broncos. Caught sleeping a little bit. More spectating than playing on that point. Just got caught a little bit flat-footed. Slow to react, and that ties it up now. 14 apiece. So Mitchell with the kill here for Central Cass, and that's going to send that shot long by Cobbervig. The Broncos with the 1-point lead, 15-14. All right, the serve by the Broncos. It's Nelson with the serve. Back to the front line, sends it long on the attack by Mitchell. Nelson with the serve, sends it over, dug out by the Squirrels front line. Preen goes up off of Differding, and the kill for Preen. Give her 4 kills and a block in this set, 9 total for the match unofficially, and 2 blocks for Preen. So Aspen Preen, the senior middle hitter. Helping out the cause for Central Cass. Broncos up by 1, 16-15. Good play by the Broncos. Front line on the attack by Central Cass on the right side. Here's Schwab going up for the Broncos, partially blocked and not able to get to it off the block. So the front line there with Preen and Cobbervig hit the block, but Broughton not able to get the ball on the dive. And the point for the Broncos. Gonna give Wilsey the kill on that. Workman in to serve. Sends it to the back line. That was dug out. And the point for the Broncos into the net. 18-15. Workman in to serve again. 3-point lead for Lisbon. Now up 18-15. So Broncos with the 3-point lead. Workman, big jump serve. She can feel it. The momentum on the Broncos side. As Preen goes up. Dug out by Workman. Back to the front line. Wilsey and the block and the kill by Wilsey. Off the outstretched arms of Preen and Thompson. Give Wilsey another kill, as she now unofficially has 4 kills and a block. Here's Workman to serve. Jump serve goes over the net. That was dug out by Broughton. Front line on the attack. Here on the near side by Central Cass. There's Wilsey goes up, and that's time it's blocked. So Central Cass gets the block with Preen and Thompson. Now Preen back to serve. Broncos have the 3-point lead, 19-16. That's dug out. Schwab just a little bit short. Looks like her toes stuck into the wood floor. Give the ace to Preen. So now, over 10 kills, 3 blocks and an ace for Preen. She goes with the jump serve, dug out by the Broncos. Front line, Wilsey two-handed, pushed over the net. There's Thompson with the attack. In there, Schwab. Nice layup and the put over by Schwab with the kill for Lisbon. And 20-17, the Broncos 5 away from taking the second set. Castleton took the first set 26-24. Broncos with the 3-point lead have the biggest lead by either team this set has been 4 points. Served by Adair, that's dug out. And just not enough air underneath of it by Broughton. And the ace here for Adair. I mean, they do have a timeout on the floor as Adair with the ace. The Broncos up now 21-17. In the set, they're just 4 points away from taking this one. We're going to go ahead and step away for a 30-second timeout. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners.
All right, welcome back. The Broncos with the 4-point lead, 21-17. In her second set, there's Adair to serve. She had an ace her last serve. That's going to go off of the Squirrels, so it looked like that was Kaylee Broden with the nice save there. And Lynn's going to send that one long on the attack on the left side here for the Broncos. So now 21-18, the 3-point lead for Lisbon. Central Cass to serve, subs in and out for teams. Looks like Adair takes the seat, Schwab in along with Differding. So Differding, Wilsey, and Wortman the back line. Front line for the Broncos is Hoff, Nelson, and Lind. That's a serve by Bossy, dug out. Oh, and if this goes over the net, a great play by the Broncos. Went from Wilsey to Wortman. You got to be feeling it when stuff like that happens. I mean, you have lady luck on your side for the Broncos. Off the shot by Wortman. 22-18, 4-point lead for the Broncos. Here's Bossy to set it. She's going to hit the little layup. Good play. Trying to stop the momentum. Here's Meyer. Great play by Meyer with the kill. Just hit the little layup. One finger, pushed it over the net. 22-19, 3-point lead for the Broncos. Thompson to serve. Ivsy Thompson to serve. So the senior outside hitter with the serve goes to the Broncos. Nice little hook, sky hook there by Hoff to get it over the net for Lisbon. Here's Differding is going to dig it out. Set to the front line. Lynn pushes it over. The attack, and they're going to send it. Oh, and Dye must have had a little backspin on it. Nice shot by Mitchell. She sends it down to the back line. Died right inbound. So the kill by Mitchell. And now the 2-point lead for Central Cass with Izzy Thompson to serve. Thompson with the jump serve, goes to Wortman with the Broncos. Front line, back to Hoff, and Hoff with the kill off the block, and the point for the Broncos. 23-20 here, Hoff with the point. She has 2 kills and a block in the match. And 23-20 here for Opp with the serve. That goes to Broughton with nice dig there by Broughton. Izzy Thompson sends it over. Here's Nims for the Bronco, and Bossy just looks at it, lets it fall out. So 23-21. in favor of the Broncos. The 2-point lead, their biggest lead was 6 in this set. That's served by Broughton. Front line, good play there by Nelson, kind of changed things up a little bit. And the attack, that's going to go all long and out. Over on that far side by Severson. So Broncos just 1 point away from taking the set. 24-21 is your score. Trying to take the second set from the Squirrels, and the jump served by Differding. Bossy's going to set it to the mid-court shot by the Squirrels. There's Izzy Thompson. Back to the front line. Nelson sends it over the net for Lisbon. Back to the front line on the attack over to Differding with Lisbon. Front line Nelson. Schwab with the attack, and the court as it lands inside the Broncos. Take the second set from Central Cass by a score of 25-21. We're all tied up in this match as we'll come back in 30 seconds for Olson Accounting set recap. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance Shelby and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance, Gullis & Olson Agency. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
All right, welcome back here to this Olson Accounting set recap, or Olson Accounting set recap. If you need help with monthly accounting payroll, let senior and staff give you a hand. You're on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to C. Olson CPA. This is your Olson Accounting recap. So with your Olson Accounting set recap here in the second set, the Broncos win this by a score of 25-21. So the Broncos win this by a score of 25-21. Central Cass took the first set by a score of 26-24. The Broncos opened things up, and they had the 7-5 lead, and they would continue to hold that lead over Central Cass as they built a 13-7 lead. They had the 6-point lead, and they just continued to go back and forth. Central Cass not giving up in this set, as at one point it was 18-15. Central Cass closed it back up within 3. Then Lisbon ended up pulling ahead again by another 4-point lead, 21-17. And they would continue and maintain that 4-point lead, winning the second set by a score of 25-21 for the Broncos. In that set, we had Wilsey with 4 kills, Schwab with a kill, Hoff with a kill, Jaden Nims with 2 kills, Differding with a kill, and Lind with a kill. That's just unofficial. Also Adair with an ace for Lisbon. And then for Central Cass, unofficial stats, Coppervig with 2 aces, Thompson with 2 blocks, Mitchell with 3 kills, Meyer with a kill, Preen with 5 kills, 2 blocks, and an ace. She gets 10 kills now and 3 blocks and an ace for the match. And then Severson with 2 kills coming off the bench. Ellison with a block in that set. That's just your unofficial stats. As we're going to go ahead and step away. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
The Lisbon Public.
All right, we're just going to pull it back here, as that was our Olson Accounting set recap. So we're going back here with the Broncos and the Squirrels. We're tied up at 1 in the match. Broncos winning that second set 25-21. Central Cass took the first set 26-24. In that first set, the Broncos did have the 3-point lead at one point, 9-6. Central Cass and Dana Stansberry take the timeout in that first set and then end up pulling away for the 2-point lead, 26-24. So the Broncos just as competitive in that first set as they are here in the second one. And they end up winning this one now by a score of 25-21. The Broncos feeling some confidence. And their serve here to Opp. So Opp with the serve. Sends it over the net. And that was Broughton on the attack for Central Cass. Back to the front line. Nims is going to send that one. Oh, and it just inside the line for Nims. Tell you, when the ball starts dropping like that, good things are happening for your team. That fell just inside the back line here in the near corner. Served by Opp again. So the kill for Nims. And that's long on the shot. And the Broncos with another point now with the 2-0 lead in the third set. Opp with another serve. Broncos up 2-0. We're in our third set. And that's a little layup. Nice dig here by Opp. She's going to save it. Sends it over the net. Here's Nelson to Nims on the shot, on the attack. Back to the front line. Preen's going to send it over to Wilsey of the Broncos. Back to the front line. Nims goes up again on the attack. And just long. Looking for fingertips. In the bottom and the top judge say yes. In the point. And the kill for Nims. Nims in this set now with 2 kills. She has 3 kills and a block in the match. Preen's going to go up. Hits around to the far side. Went around one of her teammates and hits that shot long by Preen and goes out on the attack. So Opp to serve. Broncos up 4-0. The biggest lead of this match has been a 6-point lead. Good dig by Differding, and the shot put back by Preen as she went up and said no way for Preen on the kill. So Preen now with 11 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace. Dug out by the Broncos. Coppervig with the serve. Broncos have the 4-1 lead. Coppervig's going to send it back into play to Broughton. Back to the front line and off of Differding. So Differding a little bit undecided on the kill by Mitchell. So here the serve for Coppervig. Jump serve, sends it off the top of the net. In play. Nims has to go up on the attack. Block dug out by Hoff. Front line back to Nims. And this time she's just going to hit the little dink shot over the net. Back to the front line. Preen's going to go up. Center court with the kill for Preen between Wilsey and Differding. Give Preen 12 kills. 2 kills in this set. Now a 4-3 lead, the 1-point lead. And that shot's long. All right, that shot long. Broncos now 5-4. And the serve here for Hoff. Hoff with the jump serve. She's going to send that long, full of adrenaline. Hoff sends that to the back line. 5-4, and we're tied up at 5 in their third set. And in to serve is Gunnison off the bench coming in. She has an ace last time out serving. She's going to send this one here to Opp. Nice serve. Difficult for the Broncos to handle. Nelson's going to send it over. Front line, the attack, pushed it over. In the kill, coming up for Thompson. Now Center Cast, their first lead of this set, up 6-5. Here's Gunnison to serve. Jump serve, sends it to Opp again. Front line of the Broncos. Nims goes up on the attack, partially blocked, put back. And the Broncos with the gift and the fall off the roll off the top of the net. Preen not able to handle it. So Nims with the kill. And the serve by Nelson. Here and then Preen goes up. Broncos got a hand on it, the front line. Off the block. Nelson sends it over the net for Lisbon. Here's the attack off the block of the Broncos. And it goes out. And Center Cast with the 7-6 lead. So that's Ellenson with the kill. 7-6 is your score. Central Cast, the 1-point lead. Jump serve by Preen goes to Differding at Lisbon. Here Schwab puts it over. On the attack, back to Central Cast, off the net. See if the Broncos can get it in the air. Wilsey puts it over. Good save. Precision play by the Broncos. And here goes Differding to Wilsey on the attack, off the outstretched arm of the Central Cast Squirrels, put over the net by Coppervig. Back to the Broncos side, front line to Schwab. Far corner, dug out by the Squirrels. Here to the near side, the attack put up off the block by Wilsey. That was attacked by Thompson to the Squirrels, and the Broncos with the point for Nims and Schwab. on the left side. The Broncos starting to play some volleyball now at the end of the season. They're tied up 7 apiece with Central Cass. Here's Nims and Opp on the bench. Workman in the backcourt on the serve, along with Nelson and Differding, and pushed over there by Ellenson of the Squirrels. Back to the front line. We'll see with the attack, and that's going to go a point in the kill for the Broncos, and that was off Gunnarsson. We'll see with the kill. Jump serve by Wortman. Coppervig sends it over to her teammate. Thompson puts it over the net. Back to the front line. We'll see on the attack, and that's blocked and put down on the Broncos side of the net by Meyer and Thompson. So Meyer and Thompson teaming up. They tie it back up here for Central Cass. Bossy in to serve. And that's dug out. Schwab sends it over the net. Back to Bossy front line. The attack far side. And off the outstretched hand. Looked like Lind over on the far side. So give it to Meyer with the heads up play. Give her the kill. Bossy to serve again for Central Cass. 1 point lead. 9-8 lead for Central Cass. And we'll see big attack at the net for Lisbon. Put over the net by Severson on the attack for Central Cass. Back to Lind. Lind puts it up, blocked off the shoulder. Look how they're playing soccer out there. Off of Lind's shoulder. Went back to the net. Broncos not able to handle it. So Severson with the kill. She has 3 kills unofficially. Here's Bossy with the serve. Dug out by Differding. Front line. Wilsey goes up with the layup. The nice dig out off the block. So good shot by Severson. Puts the ball back in play for Central Cass. And Broughton hits it off. Trying to get it back over the net. Excuse me, yep, that was Broughton. And the ball goes into the net and now out. So point for the Broncos, down by 1, 10-9. Here's Adair. Adair to serve. She does have an ace in that second set. Sends it over the net to Gunnarsson. On the attack here on the near side, that was Severson. The Broncos push it over. That was Lind for the Broncos. Back and blocked and put back on the Central Cass Squirrel side. So Lind and Hoff going up. Give them the block. Teaming up for the block on Central Cass. And now we're tied up at 10 apiece. Adair to serve. So the Broncos and the Squirrels in a battle inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. And that's a shot in the attack. Over there by Thompson with the kill. So in this set, 2 kills and a block for Thompson. Thompson with 3 blocks in this match. Give her 7 kills total unofficially for Thompson, Izzy Thompson. Jump serve by Thompson off of Wilsey. That's going to go over the net. Back to the front line. Squirrels Bossy in the attack, and that's off the block for Mitchell with the kill. Going off the block on the front line of the Broncos. Look like Wilsey. Here's Thompson to serve again. 2 point lead for Central Cass. And the Broncos with the save here by Wilsey and Wortman. And then Differding kind of shake that one off the dig. And now the 3 point lead for Central Cass. Up 13-10. Thompson with the serve. And she's going to hit an ace for Thompson. Thompson in the momentum now shift with Central Cass as they're up 14-10 here in the third set. That's off of Wortman. Nice serve there by Thompson again. Differding with the double 2-handed dig, and that's going to go off the attack by Severson. The block by the Broncos was not effective, and the kill for Severson in the point, 15-10, 5 point lead for Central Cass, their biggest lead of the set. And they do have a timeout on the floor. We'll step away for one of our own here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Sure. that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
All right, welcome back. Our third set of the evening. Central Cass now up by a score of 15-10, the 5-point lead. That's the biggest lead by either team in this set. The biggest lead of the match by the Broncos with that 6-point lead in the second set. They ended up winning our second set 25-21 over Central Cass. The Squirrels took the first set 26-24. Competitive, high-spirited match between the Broncos and the Squirrels. And serving are the Squirrels. Thompson with the serve. She's put the Squirrels on this 5-0 run currently. And the attack at the net, that was Mitchell back to the Broncos. We'll see what the attack sends it over off of Bossy, and the point for the Broncos. So we'll see what the kill. We'll see now. With 6 kills and 2 blocks, we'll see with 6 kills and 2 blocks. And that goes in the net off the serve. So Wilsey sends that serve into the net. 5-point lead for the Squirrels. 16-11 is the score. So Thompson continues to serve in the point for Central Cass. We'll see with the dive, now up by 6, 17-11. That's the biggest lead of the match for either team with the 6-point lead, 17-11 in favor of the Squirrels in our third set. And the jump serve by by Broughton. Back to the front line of the Squirrels, and the attack off the fingertips of the Broncos. So that was Mitchell with the kill. So Mitchell with 9 kills, quietly with 9 kills, coming up here scoring some points for her team and building a 7-point lead. Hoff goes up on the attack for Lisbon. Bossy to the front line. Preen sends that into the net, just mistimed the jump. Pushed that into the net. And the Broncos with the point. Back to a 6-point lead for Central Cass. Lisbon looking to go on a run here off the serve of Opp to get back into this. Opp with the serve. Dug out by Thompson. Back to the front line. Preen sends it to Nims. Front line. Nims goes back up on the kill or the attack, and a little bit too long on the shot. Off the attack by Nims. Back to the 7-point lead. Central Cass, number of subs, or I should say 2 subs going in. Coppervig back in to serve, along with Ellenson for Central Cass. So here's Coppervig to serve. 7-point lead for Central Cass. Dug out by Differding. Off on the attack. Dug out by Broughton. Front line pushed over by Mitchell. Broncos push it back up in the air. Nims on the attack. Off the block. Put back in play here by Coppervig. Over the net. Nims on the attack. On the right side of the net of the Squirrels, and it goes out. Point for the Squirrels, and timeout here with the 8-point lead for Central Cass. Timeout by Coach Amy Lyons and the Lisbon Broncos, as we will step away for a 30-second timeout.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
All right, welcome back. The 8-point lead for Central Cass, now up 20-12 on the Lisbon Broncos in their third set. The first set went to the Squirrels 26-24. The second one 25-21 Broncos. As the Squirrels build the 8-point lead, now up 20-12. Central Cass late in this set has put together some 4 and 5 6-point runs on the Broncos, something that Coach Amy Lyons' little emphasis to her team is what they wanted to break those 5-6-point runs by their opponents. Central Cass able to capitalize on a couple here late in this set. As they're up by 8, 20-12. Here's Broncos. Nims going to go up on the attack off the front line, blocked. And Preen with the attack for Central Cass. Over to Nims again. Blocked and put on the Broncos side of the net. Going up is Preen and Ellenson on the block. So Preen's been a little quiet in the front line. Has 2 kills and a block in this set. Nelson puts it over for Lisbon. Back to the front line. Coppervig with the set to Mitchell, and that's a kill for Mitchell. Straight down the line again for Mitchell, going back to that shot. And the 10-point lead. 10-point lead now for Central Cass. Coppervig with the serve. Dug out by Differding. Front line, Nims is going to go up, sends that long. She's been off on those shots from the front line here with her attack on that left side. Sent the last 2 or 3 shots a little bit long. Now 23-12 in favor of Central Cass. Coppervig with the serve. And that was Hoff in the point for Central Cass, now 24-12. And the jump serve, Coppervig puts it in play, dug out by Wilsey of the Broncos. Hop with the dig, sends it over the net, back to the front line. The attack here on the near side, that was Mitchell going back up, and the kill for Mitchell. And that set point, 25-12. In favor of the Central Cass Squirrels as they pick up the 13-point set victory over the Lisbon Broncos. We'll go ahead and step away, come back for the Olson County set recap in just a moment.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartments. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
All right, welcome back here for Olson Accounting set recap as Central Cass takes that one walking away, the third set walking away, 25-12 over the Broncos. The Broncos took the second set 25-21. Central Cass won our first set by a score of 26-24 over the Broncos. So right now the Squirrels with the 2-1 set lead over Lisbon. And in that set for the set recap, Central Cass ends up taking the lead early on in that set. And then we're able to string together a couple 5- and 6-point runs on the Broncos later on and end up building that to a 25-12 lead, or 25-12 win over the Broncos in our third set. Unofficial stats right now, Wilsey for the Broncos, 5 kills and a block. Schwab with 4 kills and a block. Hoff with 2 kills and a block. 6 kills and a block for Jaden Nims. An ace and a kill for Differding. Lind with 3 kills and a block, and Adair with an ace. And for Central Cass, they're set to serve in a 4-set right now. Thompson unofficially for Central Cass, 7 kills, an ace, and 3 blocks. Mitchell with 10 kills. And then Preen with 12 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace. That's just unofficial stats. As we're now into our third set. Our 4th set, 2-1 lead for Central Cass. As we'll see here, this is first point play in their 4th set. Now kill for Nims. Yeah, she now has 7 kills. 7 kills and a block for Nims. Broncos up 1-0. That point going to the Broncos off the block into the net. So Nelson continues to serve for Lisbon. They're up 2-0 in this 4th set. That's dug out by Coppervig and then put into the net on the attack by Broughton. And the point for the Broncos, now up 3-0 on the 3-0 run in our 4th set. Here to the front line. Oh, and Preen with the big attack. And that was off of Differding. Differding did a good job putting her hands on the ball. That would have been a stinger if it had hit her anywhere above the shoulders. So that Preen with the big kill. So give Preen the kill. She has 13 kills unofficially, 3 blocks and an ace. Back to the front line, set by Coppervig to Preen on the attack. Broughton and pushed over the net. The kill coming up now. 3-2 is your score for Thompson with the kill, unofficially with 8 kills. An ace and 3 blocks for Central Cass. And there's serving is Broden. You might have to change that. I don't think that's Broden. So it is Kaylee. So it's Kaylee Broden. Looks like we're in the 6th jersey. That's tapped at the net. Dances across the top. Preen puts it over to the Broncos side. Schwab's going to go up on the attack. Dug out by Broughton. Front line and off of Mitchell. Off of Thompson. Bounces back. And the Broncos with the point. Now up 4-2. Sub in and out. Lind in for Lisbon along with Wertman. Nims and Opp take a seat for Lisbon. So the back line is Wertman, Nelson, and Differding. Front line is Schwab, Wilsey, and Lind. And that's sent long by Wertman on the serve. So an error in the serve by the Broncos. Now 4-3 is your score. Broncos up by 1. Preen to serve for Central Cass. It's Preen in to serve. She sends this one to Differding. Front line of the Broncos. Wilsey goes up on the attack. Good diving save and a dig by Preen. Puts it here to Lind on the set. Pushes it over the net. Back to the front line. Going up. Blocked by the Broncos. Preen puts it back in play for Central Cass. Coppervig sends it over the net to Differding. Back to the front line. Wilsey on the attack. The block. It goes on. Falls on the Broncos side. Teaming up was Meyer and Thompson. But Wilsey with the kill. Give her 6 kills and a block for Lisbon. Back to serve is Adair. Broncos up by 2, 5-3. And at the net, play at the net, put back over on the Squirrel side. That's Meyer has to put it over the net. Here for the Broncos. Oh, and Hoff with the nice dig, sends it over. Dug out by Adair. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Lind puts it back here to Coppervig. Or excuse me. That was Broden. Dug out. Wertman saves it from the floor. Good shot by Wertman. And the attack by Lind and the kill for the Broncos. The Broncos up now 6-3. A big one-handed dig and save by Wertman led to that point for the Broncos. Now up 6-3. Here's Wertman. Front line. Oh, And just set that one a little bit shallow for teammate Wilsey. And we do have some subs in and out, 6-4 lead. Oh, that shot is out. Now 6-4. Now 7-4 for the Broncos. 3-point lead. Wilsey to serve. Wilsey jump serve, sends it to the back line off of Broden. So off of Kaylee Broden. The ace for Wilsey. In the fourth set, Wilsey now with 6 kills, a block, and an ace. Wilsey jump serves, had some power on that one, sends it to Broughton back in the front line. The layup by Meyer doesn't go over the net, and the point goes to the Broncos. The Broncos with the 5-point lead. Should say suddenly ahead now, 9-4. So build the 5-point lead. Wilsey with the big serve. Well, the best I've seen her serve those last two, and the shot by Severson stops the momentum of the Broncos momentarily anyway. So Severson with the kill. Give her 5 kills for Severson. Thompson to serve for Central Cass. Broncos with the 4-point lead. Jump serve by Thompson. Back to the front line. Lynn's going to go up. Sends a little lollipop shot and just missed the back line. A little bit long, says Ben Zarbach, the back line judge. And the point going to the Central Cass Squirrels with Thompson. Izzy Thompson to serve. Big jump serve. Sends it to Wertman. Oh, an amazing play there by Nelson with the one-handed dig. Gets it on the right side of the net. And then the attack over here on the near side. Mitchell follows that up. He says, I can do one better with the kill. Now the 2-point lead for the Broncos. 9-7 in favor of Lisbon. Broncos at one time had the 9-4 lead. 3-point run for Central Cass. And that's long. And no, it is in. So it is in. 9-8. As the Broncos did have the 9-4. Now 9-8 sends it long up 10-8. So Central Cass with the 4-point run. Close it within 2. Now 10-8 in favor of the Broncos. Here's Opp with the serve. Bossy sets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell pushes it over the net. Back to the front line. Nelson has to hit the two-hander over. Bossy front line. Mitchell sends it long on the attack, and the point to the Broncos. Broncos with the 3-point lead. Biggest lead of this match, or of this set, 5. That serve is wide by Opp with the service error. Back to the 2-point lead for Lisbon. And the jump serve by Broughton sends it over to the Broncos side. Nims on the attack, partially blocked by the Squirrels. Front line, Bossy. And the block by the Broncos here on the near side. So it looks like Nelson going up with the block. Give her 2 blocks for Nelson. Broncos back to the 3-point lead, 12-9. Differding with the serve, sends it over the net. Dug out by Broughton, back to the front line. Severson sends it long and wide. And the point for the Broncos with the 4-point lead. Their biggest of the set is 5. So they had the 9-4 lead earlier. Now Bossy, front line, the attack by Preen, and off the block with the kill for Preen. So give Preen now with 14 kills unofficially, 3 blocks and an ace. And Bossy and Severson are out. Back to the serve for Cobbervig, front line of the Broncos. The attack by Schwab, little missed time down the jump. A little error on the attack there for Schwab. Now the 2-point lead. Here's Coppervig. Jump serve, sends it over the net to Wilsey of the Broncos. Nelson sets it for Schwab on the attack. Front line dug out by Broughton. The attack and into the net by Thompson. So Thompson with the unforced error on the attack sends it into the net. This is a good set by our teammate. Here's Nelson. Dug out by Thompson. Front line for the Broncos. They're playing patty cake there for a second. On the near side, back in the attack by Preen and sends it to the opposite side of the court. And the kill for Preen. Differding was down there, just missed the ball. So give Preen 15 kills. 3 kills in this set. Serve. So Kaylee Bro serve. Sends it over to Differding on the Broncos side. Nelson, into the net, a little bit too deep. Nelson tried to play it off the net. A 1-point lead for the Broncos. Here's Broden to serve again. Broden with the serve. Goes to Differding. And Nims going up against the left side defense of the Squirrels. They send it over off the net again here. Nelson, this time she's able to play it. Good play by Broughton, getting that back in the play, and the shot's long off the opposite side. And the point for the Broncos, 15-13. They have the 2-point lead back and forth. Here, Wortman. And that was a serve by Wortman. That was off of Broden. Then into the net. The error on the attack by Thompson. The Broncos with the point. 16-13 is our score. All right, off the serve, dug out by Broughton, and the attack by Preen. This is going to go to the Broncos side. Good play by Differding. Wilsey pushes it over the net. Back to the front line. Coppervig sets it over here for Mitchell. That was Thompson, and that goes wide. Tried to send that straight down the line, and it goes wide. Broncos' 4-point lead, 17-13. They've had the 5-point lead in this set. Wortman with the big serve. Front line, Coppervig sets it for Preen. She's just going to two-hand push it over the net. Back to the front line. Wilsey comes up. No block, so it goes here by Wilsey. And the point for the Squirrels. Wilsey just sent it into the net. Squirrels never touched it. So a 3-point lead for Lisbon. 17-14 is the score. And there's Wilsey off the serve, and the block and goes out on the Squirrel side. So the block at the front line over there by Myers glances out. And the point for the Broncos. So give the Broncos the kill and the point on that. Here's Adair to serve. She does have an ace on the serve. Getting down on the floor, she picks up another one off of Broden. So Adair with her second ace. So they pick up her second ace. So we do have a timeout on the floor as we will step away for another 30-second as the Broncos with the 5-point lead, their biggest of the setup, 19-14.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
All right, welcome back. Your LiveEvent.com. Central Cass takes the court. The Broncos still breaking out of this timeout. They have the 5-point lead, up 19-14. The Broncos with the serve. So Dare to serve. She picked up the ace on her first serve. Sends it over the net. This time it's a little lollipop. Goes to Broden. And the Broncos with an illegal. Too many players on the court. And we're 19-14. Now 19-15. The serve goes over to the Squirrels. And the point for the Broncos. Excuse me, no, point goes over to the, this here for the Broncos. As we do have some subs in and out. Lynn takes a seat along with Nims. Here's Wilsey. The Broncos have the 5-point lead. They're up 20-15. Their biggest, they're tied for the biggest of this set. It was 19-14. Then the miscue by Differding going out on the court with too many players. And the ace for the Broncos off the serve by Wilsey with the ace. Wilsey has the ace. We have another timeout as the Broncos now with their biggest lead of the set, up 21-15 as we'll step away, take another timeout on yourlevevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
All right, welcome back here on the court. Central Cass, the visitors down by 6 to the Lisbon Broncos, 21-15. They have the match lead right now, up 2-1 over the Broncos. The Broncos with this set, 4-set lead by 6, 21-15. Here's Wilsey with the serve, and she's going to ace with the ace there. Broden thought it was going long. Wilsey with the ace. Give her 2 in a row now for Wilsey on the serve. She has 3 aces in this set, 2 kills. Right now with 7 kills and a block for Wilsey, along with the 3 aces. And the point on the far side, off the kill by Thompson. And we're 22-16. Thompson back to serve. Broncos maintain the 6-point lead. Thompson, big jump serve, sends it over to Wertman on the far side. Front line, Hoff goes up with the attack. Dug out by Thompson. Bossy with the set over here on the near side to Mitchell. Front line of the Broncos. Hoff with the layup, pushes it over. And the Squirrels run into each other on the floor. That was Bossy and Broughton. So Hoff with the kill. Give Hoff 3 kills and a block in this match. Opp with the serve. Here's Bossy in on the attack. And the kill here for the Squirrels. That's Meyer with the kill. 23-17. Broncos with the 6-point lead. Meyer comes out for Central Cass. Front line is Preen, Severson, and Mitchell. And the point for the Squirrels, now 23-18. Bring it back within 5. Here's Broughton to serve it. Sends it to Wilsey of the Broncos. Front line. Nims goes up with the attack. Sends it to Thompson. Dug out. Bossy front line. Mitchell. And she hits the big kill for Central Cass. As the Broncos now with the timeout. 23-19. The 4-point lead for Lisbon. We'll step away for another 30-second timeout.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown Local Radio is...
All right, welcome back, Lisbon High School Gymnasium, Division A Region 1 Girls Volleyball. The Broncos at 2-4 in the region. They're taking on the Central Cass Squirrels. The Broncos 2-6 in the region. They're taking on the Central Cass Squirrels. as they have the 4-set lead, 23-19. Broughton to serve, sends it over to Differding of the Broncos. Front line, Nims with the attack, sends it straight down the line, and the big kill for Nims in the Broncos. Nims with 8 kills and a block in this match. She has 2 kills in the set. Broncos 1 point away from taking the 4-set. Force to number 5. Differding with the jump serve, dug out by Broughton. Preen pushes it over the net to Schwab. Back to the front line. Nims went up again with the attack. Dug out by Thompson. Pushed over by Broughton. Front line of the Broncos. Schwab and Nims. Nims going to send this one long. 24. Excuse me, and that's off the fingertips. They get the call by the line judge. And the Broncos take the 4-set 25-19. The Broncos 25-19 win their 4th set. Their second one of the evening, or the second one of the match for Lisbon. As we will step away, come back for the Olson County set recap. This is yourliveevent.com.
With 24-hour streaming, download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Hi, we're Tommy's Express. Scan the QR code for a fast pass to a free month of washing. Our modern car wash offers a bright, open environment and a low-stress conveyor belt entry. Our signature scent, ceramic body wax, spot-free rinse, and heated blowers give you the best shine in town. Check out the wash for yourself. Washing your car is easy, fast, and fun. Visit Tommy's Express today.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota.
All right, welcome back here for Olson Accounting set recap inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We're now tied up at 2 sets apiece as the Broncos take this 4-set by a score of 25-19. Here for this Olson Accounting 4-set recap. The Broncos. So the Broncos in this 4-set, they jumped out to the early 3-0 lead and really never looked back as they maintained the lead the whole way. Central Cass pulling within 1. At one point, they were 9-8 after the Broncos had broken open a 9-4 lead. Central Cass pulled within 1, 9-8 as they went on a 4-point run of their own, but then Lisbon poured it on, opening back up a 19-14 lead before Central Cass, Dana Stansbury calls the timeout for Central Cass. In the Squirrels, after that timeout, pulled it within 4. It was 23-19, and the Broncos finish off the Squirrels in this set by a score of 25-19, as they now tie it up at 2 apiece in our match here for Olson Accounting set recap. As the stats unofficially, Nelson for the Broncos, 2 blocks. Wilsey with 7 kills, 3 aces, and a block. Schwab, 4 kills and a block. Hoff, 3 kills and a block. Nims, 8 kills and a block. Differding with an ace and a kill. Lynn, 4 kills and a block and 3 aces for Adair. And the serve by Central Cass, and that goes out off the return by the Broncos. And the serve set up by Coppervig. The attack going up by Mitchell. She sends it long. We're tied up at 1 apiece. So in this 5th set, It's a race to 15, or a win by 2, as we're tied up at 1 apiece. In the match, we're 2 sets apiece. Central Cass with the 26-24 first set winner. Broncos won by 4, 25-21 in the second set. Central Cass pulled away 25-12 in the third set. And the Broncos with the 25-19 four-set win, forcing set number 5. As it's 2-1 your score in favor of the Squirrels in this fifth set. In the serve, coming here by Gunnifson. Broncos front line, we'll see on the attack, put back in the block by Preen. So Preen with the block. She unofficially has 15 kills and now 4 blocks. And the Broncos put that one back over the net. Coppervig sets it to Preen. Opp is going to put it back in play. Differding and Wilsey together put it over the net. Back to the front line of the Squirrels, and that's Preen again with the kill. So now 16 kills, 4 blocks, and an ace for Preen, as Gunnifson with the next serve. They have the 3-point lead, and that's an error on the dig by Opp, as now it's 5-1. Their timeout on the floor. The 4-point lead for Central Cass. Coach Amy Lyons calls the timeout. We're going to step away for a 30-second timeout.
And volleyball on yourliveevent.com. Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkeneer's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome back here. Central Cass opening up the 4-point lead. 5-1 over the Broncos in our fifth set. Just with our set recap, Central Cass opened up with the 26-24 first set winner. Broncos bounced back and won 25-21 in their second set. Central Cass poured it on in the third set and won the third set 25-12. The Broncos returned the favor in the fourth set 25-19. And now Central Cass with the 4-point lead in our fifth and deciding set here. Schwab at the front line with the attack. That's off of Broughton. Put back in play by Gunnifson. Broughton able to get it back over the net. Wilsey with the attack, sends it to Broughton. Front line, Coppervig pushed over by by Mitchell. Front line of the Broncos. Wilsey with the little layup and the tap and the point and the kill for Wilsey. Give Wilsey 8 kills, 3 aces, and a block. Broncos down by 3. Broncos back line now after the substitution is Wertman to serve. Nelson and Differding. Front line is Lind, Wilsey, and Schwab. Served by Wertman, sends it long. Wertman has had some nice serves. This one she just sends long. Error on the serve. Puts another point on the board for the Squirrels, now up by 4, 6-2. As I said, it's a race to 15. Still have to win by 2 in the fifth set. Lynn's going to push it over the net. That goes to Preen. Front line, the attack pushed over by Mitchell. That's Thompson for Central Cass. Wilsey with the attack, sends it opposite side over to Coppervig. That set a little bit too deep. Nice play over there by Ellenson. Back to Central Cass. Dug out by Nelson. Perfect spot there. Lynn's going to go up in the attack for Lisbon and just missed the jump, mistimed it. Ball hung up just a little bit too long. The 5-point lead now for Central Cass, up 7-2. And the front line for the Broncos, Lynn, Wilsey, and Nelson. Here on the serve, that's Preen, sends it to Differding. Differding is going to put this one out off of the dig. And the Broncos now down 8-2. Another timeout on the floor here. Coach Amy Lyons wants to call timeout, settle the Broncos down and regroup, as we will do that ourselves here for a 30-second timeout.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
All right, welcome back here inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium as the Broncos and the Squirrels battling it out here for Region 1 victory. We're tied up at 2 sets apiece. The Squirrels open up this now with a 6-point lead. As they're up 8-2. Broncos called the timeout. That's Wilsey with the point for the Broncos as they come back after the timeout, now 8-3. Give Wilsey the kill. Wilsey now with 9 kills for Lisbon, unofficially. And the serve by Adair. Give her 3 aces on the night for Adair. That was dug out by Gunnifson. The attack over here by Thompson. Broncos. Lynn's going to push this one over, and this time she gets the kill off the outstretched hands of Coppervig. So Lynn off the bench now with 5 kills and a block. Give her 2 kills in that second set. She had 1 in the first. She's going to pick up another one. The serve by Adair again. Front line. This time that's put out and off the hands of the Broncos on the block. So that was Thompson with another kill. Give her 10 kills on the night for Thompson. 9-4 lead for Central Cass. Bossy to serve. Serves it over the net to Wilsey. To Nelson. Wilsey on the attack block. Wilsey's going to return it over to Hoff. Pushed over the net. Back to the front line. Bossy sets it up. And that's a nice layup on the attack by Thompson and a kill. She has 2 in this set. 10-4, the 6-point lead. Bossy to serve. And Wilsey at the net for the Broncos. And that's put up by Wertman. Back to the front line. Nice save by Nelson. Wilsey's going to send this over the net. Bossy for Central Cass. Pushed over by Severson. Back to the front line. Wilsey. Double-handed push. And nice diving save by Broughton. And Differding with the save. Nice dig for Differding of the Broncos. Going up the attack. And that's off of Wertman for Thompson. Thompson with the kill for Central Cass, and Central Cass now up 11-4. Now with the 11-4 lead as they continue to build. Now with the 7-pointer, they're 4 points away from the set victory. I guess they call that a block. That was kind of a layup, push over the net, came right back to her. And there's Wilsey with the attack, dug out by Broughton, sent to the front line. Bossy's going to hit the fingertips, and the point for the Broncos as they stop the run. And the momentum just momentarily, 11-5 is your score. And here's the serve by Wilsey. Sends it over to Gunnifson. And blocked at the net. Broncos. Differding puts it over. Back to Bossy, front line. Put over the net by Thompson. Here's Lind on the attack and the block. Ball pushed in the air. Bossy sends it into the net. Give Lind the kill. Have Lind unofficially 6 kills and a block. The Broncos not done yet. 11-6 is your score. Here's Wilsey. She sends that one into the net. So an error by Wilsey on the serve. 12-6, 3-point. It's away for the set victory now for Central Cass as the Broncos are down by 6. And the jump serve. Here's Differding with the hustle. She's going to get it to Wilsey. Puts it back over the net. Broughton digs it out. Front line. The attack by Mitchell. Back to the Broncos front line. Hoff. Nice block. And they're going back up again. There's Differding. Back and forth battle at the net. Lynn's going to put it over. She pushes that one just wide. And now 13-6, the 2-point away, or 2 points away for the set victory here for Central Cass. Thompson with the serve, and that's going to be the ace for Thompson. So in this set, Thompson with 3 kills and an ace. Unofficially, she has 12 kills, 2 aces, and 3 blocks for Central Cass. She can put this one or seal this one here for Central Cass. Off the serve, that's going to go up a Differding, and that's another ace. And that's the victory for Central Cass as they come up 3-2 winners over the Lisbon Broncos as they take this set 15-6. And we will step away, come back for our post-game show. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi.
All right, welcome back as the Central Cass Squirrels here in our final. Are victorious over the Lisbon Broncos. As we're now into our post-game show, that's a 3-2 victory for Central Cass over the Lisbon Broncos. Central Cass opened up with a first set victory over Lisbon, 26-24 in that first set. Lisbon did have the 9-6 lead before Central Cass and Coach Stansberry, they take the timeout, and the Central Cass Squirrels able to get the momentum back in that match or in that set and win that first set, 26-24. In the second set, the Lisbon Broncos opened up to a 7-5 lead, and they just continually built on that lead and ended up winning by a score of 25-21 for the Broncos. At one point, the Broncos in that second set had the 6-point lead, 14-8. They end up winning by 4, 25-21 in the second set. In the third set, Central Cass put the pedal to the metal, and they defeated the Broncos in that third set. 25-12, Lisbon would return the favor with the 6-point set victory in the fourth set, 25-19 in that fourth set. That was for Lisbon. Lisbon jumped out to the early 3-0 lead and never really looked back as Central Cass was able to pull within one in the fourth set, 9-8. But then Lisbon ends up breaking it open and had the 19-14 lead and then settled for the 25-19 set victory. So that tied it up at 2 sets apiece. And then Central Cass, just too much for the Lisbon Broncos to handle as they got their offense rolling. The Lisbon offense, for the most part, was shut down by Central Cass. As the Squirrels end up winning that by a fifth set victory, 15-6 over the Lisbon Broncos. So that is a 3-2 victory for Central Cass. Looking at your unofficial stats for the Lisbon Broncos, they had Nelson with 2 blocks. Wilsey unofficially 9 kills, 3 aces and a block for Lisbon. Schwab with 4 kills and a block. Opp with an ace. Hoff with 3 kills and a block. Jada Nims with 8 kills and a block. Differding with an ace and a kill. Lind off the bench with 4 kills, with 6 kills and a block. And then Adair with 3 aces serving for the Broncos off the bench. For Central Cass, they were led on the offensive side. For Central Cass, they were led on the offensive side by Aspen Preen, the senior middle blocker. So Preen unofficially with 16 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace for Central Cass. Looking at some of your other players, Abby Coppervig with 2 aces for Central Cass. Izzy Thompson had another nice game as well with 12 kills, 3 aces, and 3 blocks. Whitney Mitchell, the junior outside hitter, with 12 kills for Central Cass. Then we had Mackenzie Meyer, the sophomore middle blocker, with 5 kills and a block. Gunnifson off the bench with an ace. Olivia Severson, the senior opposite hitter, also with 5 kills for Central Cass. And then Melena Ellison, the junior hitter off the bench with 2 kills and 2 blocks for Central Cass. As Central Cass turned on the offense in that 5th and final set, as they were able to pick up the 5-set victory. 15-6, that final 5th set over the Lisbon Broncos, and seal the win in this match tonight. 3-2 over Lisbon. As we will step away, I'll come back, hand out our Enbridge Energy player of the match, and then also our Agassiz Egg Precision play of the match. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
One of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe insurance? Maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
All right, welcome back here. YourLiveEvent.com. Central Cass in the final here tonight. 3-2 over the Lisbon Broncos. Great match inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. One of the best for the Lisbon Broncos to date, as they were defeated by Central Cass. That was 3-2, but just a fantastic match inside the gymnasium this evening. As we have for our Agassiz Egg Precision Play, that's going to go out for Agassiz Egg Precision Play. Your local precision planning dealer, Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planner.com, and that's going to go out to Wright Wertman. You're going back to that 4th set. It was 6-3, and Wertman comes up with a heck of a defensive play there at the one-handed dig, put the ball back in play. You just have to go back and watch that in that 4th set. The defensive play by Riot Wertman, right around the 6-3 or 6-3 point there. If you take a look at the scoreboard, you can catch that action. They're going out to Riot Wertman there for her defensive play in that set for your Agassiz Egg Precision Play of the game. And then for your Enbridge Energy player of the match, Life Takes Energy from Enbridge, Energy for Life at Enbridge.com for your career opportunities. I'm going to give that to co-teammates here for Enbridge Energy players of the game. So co-Enbridge Energy players of the game going out here for the Central Cass Squirrels, as you had Izzy Thompson picking up 12 kills, 3 aces, and 3 blocks for Central Cass. So she really helped the pour it on in that 5th and deciding set. She had 3 kills and 2 aces. So she had counted for 5 points unofficially in that 5th set for Central Cass. So coming in down the home stretch, she finished out this match with 12 kills, 3 aces, and 3 blocks. And then your other Enbridge Energy player of the game is going to Aspen Pree, the senior middle blocker, Preen. She came out strong in the first 2 sets, picking up 10 kills and 3 blocks in that unofficially in the first 2 sets, along with an ace for Aspen Pree. And then she also came back in that third and final set with another ace, a block, and a kill, with another block and a kill for Central Cass, accounting for 2 points in that fifth and final deciding set for the 3-set victory for Central Cass, 3-2 over the Lisbon Broncos. So that is your Enbridge Energy, co-Enbridge Energy players of the match going out to the Central Cass Squirrels there for Izzy Thompson and Aspen Pree. As we will wrap things up here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium, just taking a look at the Broncos schedule, as the Broncos cross-country team will be at the state meet in Jamestown. You can catch that televised, I believe, on WDAY Extra here. I guess a little bit of plug for WDAY Extra, but you can catch that televised cross-country state meet in Jamestown. Starts at 2 o'clock. And then on the 25th of October, the Lisbon 11-man football team, they travel for a first-round playoff game against Park River. You can catch that on yourliveevent.com. Kickoff scheduled for 2 o'clock. Our pregame start right around 1:30, maybe a little bit early up there in Park River, as we have a lot to cover for playoff football. But that you can catch that Saturday at 2 o'clock, with pregame show starting approximately 1:30 for that 11-man football game. First-round playoff action for the Lisbon Broncos at Park River. And then Lisbon back on the volleyball side, they're back in action for varsity volleyball at Valley City on the 28th of October. So those some of your varsity sports coming up. You have a cross-country meet in state cross-country meet in Jamestown tomorrow, and on Saturday you have 11-man playoff football at Park River. And then the Lisbon girls are back here on Lisbon girls are back in action on the volleyball court at Valley City on Tuesday. So I'd just like to thank you for tuning in to this evening's broadcast, as our final score for the evening and the match was Central Cass wins 3-2 over the Lisbon Broncos. Great match inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. And just like to thank our cameraman tonight there, Mr. Theodore Wallace, for coming in and helping out. And from myself here and from Your Live Event, everybody, thanks for joining in, and have safe travels back to wherever you are. And we will see you on Saturday for 11-man playoff football on yourliveevent.com.